Humans of the cardboard, welcome back to Just Nuts, guys. The ban list dropped. The ban list dropped today. It's a freaking Friday. I cannot believe it. I also already made 2 videos this morning going over the new Infernoid and Ice Barrier support. This is insane. We're in a weird spot. I know a lot of people have kind of been like taking a break from the game because they wanted to see what the ban list did to shake things up. But it looks like Unchained's actually out of nowhere the best deck in the game right now. But I still want to see hits to some of the other decks, and I think Cash may catch up soon, but I don't know if they'll hit it here out the gate like that. We'll see though. Let's just get into it. I know, I'm hoping for a Cash hit that's significant enough, and maybe some of the other decks so that they don't get too good if Cash gets hit too hard. We'll see though. All right, so follow along. I'm not going to be able to show it on the screen. Follow along with me on the Forbidden Limited List website, but I'm scrolling down. No main deck monsters banned, no fusions, no links, no synchros, and an Exceed. Okay, Cash Tier Rise Heart is banned. Let's go. This card, I was like going back and forth. Do they just hit the main deck engine hard enough where it's not consistent anymore? Or do they just go for a Rise Heart? I think a Rise Heart was the simplest answer, but then I was kind of like, but what does Cash do at that point if a Rise Heart's banned? But I don't really care at this point. The deck's not fun to play against. The deck's not particularly interesting to play with. This is just a dumb floodgate that's been pretty much gatekeeping like a ton of different decks out of the format. Unfortunately, Zodiac Dryden's still banned. What a bummer. But yeah, still, a Rise Heart getting banned is huge. That actually lets so many rogue decks actually release a little bit and actually be able to come back and play in the format. Very cool. They don't need to hit another thing on Cash if they don't want to, if a Rise Heart's banned. Very cool. Scrolling through, no ban spells, no ban traps. Okay, that's the only ban, but that's really the only card that I would say like had to go. Very cool. All right, moving on into monsters. Bestial Magnamut. Ooh, so there's a little Dragon Link hit. I like that because Magnamut's probably a card that just should be at 1 regardless. Just generically, it's like an insane card, but in Dragon Link, it's even more insane. The fact that like you can completely brick, but like a Bestial, like a Magnamut keep you alive and also set you up to play next turn is like insane. So that's a fair hit. I think a lot of people have kind of been expecting that at some point. So Magnamut to 1, that makes sense. That's cool. It hasn't been insane in the last couple formats other than like just specifically Dragon Link, but it'll have its formats for sure to come. All right, continuing on the monsters. Nothing else in main deck monsters. Extra deck monsters changing? No extra deck monsters. Chaos Space to 1. Whoa! So they're going consistency heavy here on Dragon Link, but I think that makes sense. Dragon Link, because it's just kind of a dragon good stuff deck, there's no, like, they can always fill in space with something else. So I know this hurts consistency, but this is 4 cards from their main deck that, like, no matter what Dragon Link list you were playing 3 Magnamut, you were playing 3 Chaos Space. Now you lose 4 copies of cards in your deck that you have to replace with something that's probably not as good. So I'm okay with that. I think that's fine. Chaos Space has been a really good search card ever since its inception. I think I'm okay with that. That's fine. These are fair enough hits to Dragon Link, I think. All right, continuing on with spells. No other spells. No traps. Okay, semi-limited. Anything moved here? Nothing moved. Nothing added to semi-limited. What got unbanned here? Herald of Orange Light, completely unbanned. Ooh, scary. It's a really scary card. I'd have to think harder on this one. I know, like, maybe this is good for Drytron, obviously. Other just fairy decks, but I can't think off the top of my head what, like, top fairy decks this would really, like, add a ton to at this point in time. So I think it's just fine, nothing crazy. Salamangreat Gazelle, completely unlimited. We knew this was coming, actually. That makes a ton of sense, and that's actually really good. That immediately, like, changes Salamangreat builds. One of the things is, like, with their new support, they actually kind of lost to Droll. Never historically a deck that lost to Droll, but because the new Salamangreat of Fire searches, and also Banelink searches early, it took away your ability to get the trap off of the Link 4. But if Gazelle's at higher amounts of copies, then you're able to do like subsequent lines where you can Gazelle, send a trap, make Sunlight Wolf, and reset a trap. So like you're still getting to at least a trap efficiently through Droll. So your opponent's neg 1 in the hand, you're still getting some setup, and then obviously the deck grinds like a motherfucker, and it's good. Okay, really small ban list, super small ban list. And to be fair, I didn't expect a ton, right? Pearly is good, but it's like with the hit it already has with Delicious, it feels like relatively in check. The only thing I would have even considered is putting Sleepy as well to 1 as Delicious, but that's fine. But we see 2 Dragon Link hits. We see the Cash Share Rise Heart ban. That is the single most important thing that needed to happen in the entire format. I think some of the decks are going to be good, but like I think most of the decks that are in the format now are just like pretty healthy. I think this is probably going to be a pretty heavy Unchained format. It just seems like it's just so good at like, not so good, but it's like, it's just good at every facet of the game, right? It plays this mid-range game so well. It plays second well. It plays first. It has strong enough boards going first. It plays through Interruption really nicely. It kind of just has everything you want in a mid-range deck. So the trouble now is going to be how do you combat it, because it actually doesn't even hard lose to a ton of things, but we'll see. And now Dragon Link also gets a fair enough hit. I think they'll still be good, but like this definitely hurts their potency of like their most powerful cards for sure. And these unlimits are cool. I knew Gazelle was there. I would have liked something else, you know, maybe a Harp Horror, maybe a Zodiac Dryad, something like that would have been cool, but it is what it is. We're still in a good spot. Definitely going to re-look at Salamangreat and see how much their build changes. But this is cool. Simple ban list, simple and clean. Didn't need much, but it's here. So there. Those are my thoughts. Let me know your thoughts down below on the ban list. Are you disappointed? Did you really want to see a bunch more stuff? I would have also liked to see some of these traps like Eradicator, Epidemic Virus go for sure. Maybe even Dimensional Barrier, like these stupid going first floodgates, but I'm kind of nitpicking at this point. I think the most important thing happened, and other than that, like the format's pretty good other than a Rise Heart. So there you go. I'm out of here for today, guys. Thank you so much for watching as always. Let me know your thoughts down below in the comments, and I will see you guys in the next video. Peace.